All right. Good Thursday evening, everyone. Thanks for stopping by for a check of your forecast. We are going to break down the nitty-gritty details of that winter system expected to impact our weekend. Unfortunately, it's going to be a miserable Saturday and Sunday, unless you love frigid weather and some snow. That is something that we'll be dealing with. Kind of a double-edged sword. We've got the significant snow amounts. They've been dialed back just a bit. It's not like it won't be an impactful event at all. It's not going to be a high impact event where we're talking about 15 or 20 inches of snow, at least not here inside the panhandle. But we still could see maybe some double digit totals, at least in that 10 to 12-inch range in some isolated areas. And we're probably going to see a lot of us end up in the 5 to 8-inch range, which falls well within winter storm warning thresholds. And that's why a lot of us are going to be in that winter storm warning from tomorrow morning through Sunday morning. So 48 hours is how long that warning is going to last. There are 4 counties in our northwest that are expected to be in a winter weather advisory. That's where we could see 1 to 4 or 5 inches of snow accumulation. So a more manageable amount, but the cold weather, you're not going to escape that. It is going to be very frigid and cold up there as well. Let's take a look at your cold weather alerts. This is for an extreme cold warning in dark blue. And then for the extreme cold watch, that's just where we could potentially see this upgraded to either a cold weather advisory or some additional extreme cold warnings. The extreme cold warning is for wind chills potentially down to about 10 or 20 below zero. It's going to be pretty miserable on Saturday morning. It's going to be even worse on Sunday morning when we have that snowpack there on the ground. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at that computer model. We are expecting the cold front to get here sometime in the morning, expecting it to be around 6 to 9 a.m. here in Amarillo when those temperatures will start falling below freezing. Notice again, there's a ton of cloud cover on the backside of this front. And again, that's a lot of high humidity. And you can see maybe some blips of pink and some blue showing up. I would not be shocked. In fact, we're kind of expecting there to be some super cooled water droplets at the surface. Basically, all that means is we can expect probably freezing mist or freezing drizzle, and that's going to lead to the potential for some slick roadways out there. It won't be a huge ice event, but it may be enough to glaze everything and make it a little slick out there. Our first wave of snow is expecting to arrive early Saturday morning. It won't be a huge event, but some of us could pick up 1, 2, maybe 3 inches of snow from it. It won't be a big, massive amount, though. The bulk of the snow actually coming through tomorrow night, rather Saturday night, into Sunday morning. And this is what we have high confidence in. This is when that low starts to lift out of northern Mexico. We've got a lot of vertical motion in the atmosphere. We've got a lot of lift. We have a ton of moisture to work with. The temperature's obviously supportive of winter weather and snowfall. You can see those surface temperatures down into the single digits potentially, and it's going to last for about 12 to 16 hours. That's where we'll be dealing with some moderate to heavy snow at times. With the temperatures as low as they are, the concern is we could also see a very high snow to liquid ratio on the order of about 20 or 30 to 1, meaning it takes 20 or 30 inches of snowfall to equate to just 1 inch of rain. So this is going to be a very dry snow. It's going to be a very powdery snow. It's not going to take much of a breath of wind to get it to blow around and drift up into certain areas. You're not going to be able to build a snowman with it. Let's just put it that way. It's going to be powder, and it is going to be enough to probably limit your travel and certainly cause some slowdowns on Sunday morning. If it's still even drivable in the morning on Sunday, you probably don't want to be out anyway. The wind chills could be down as low as 20 below zero. And you will see that snow clear out throughout the day Sunday. By lunchtime, north wind around 10 to 15. And again, highs probably only getting back up into the teens, maybe into the low 20s, just depending on if we get enough sunshine or not. Model says there's going to be a few more snow showers Sunday evening. There is actually another shortwave trough that's coming through from the northwest. We just lose a lot of our moisture after that second band of snow, the big one that comes through. And so this will probably be limited moisture, going to be very spotty shower activity where you maybe get a ½ inch to 1 inch of snow in some isolated areas. So here's a look at the ice total forecast for tomorrow into Saturday morning. Again, a lot of the ice is going to be freezing mist or freezing drizzle. It's not going to accumulate very quickly, but over time, we may get a glaze on some things. Again, just be careful traveling. It's all-wheel drive, not all-wheel stop. So make sure you're coasting to those stoplights and stop signs. Again, about a half a tenth of an inch is enough to cause issues. So just something to think about if you have plans to travel tomorrow. Here's our model's output for its best guess on maybe how much snow we could be dealing with. I think this is actually pretty spot on with maybe how things actually play out. You can see the low totals up in Union and Cimarron County of 1, 2, maybe 3 inches in some isolated areas. So, enough to say, hey, it snowed, but it's not going to be enough to just absolutely bury you inside your home. There's going to be a significant amount of snow for most of us, and when we call it significant, we're talking like 5 to 8 inches. That's enough to impede travel to a degree. It's going to slow you down. It's going to, again, make you probably spend more time than you want to get to a destination. If you do plan on traveling, you're definitely going to have to take your time getting to a destination, sweeping off the car, maybe shoveling the driveway if you can't get out of the driveway, things like that. Some of those non-major highways, your sub streets, your subdivisions are going to have a fair bit of snow on them. They're going to be a little slick. And again, keep in mind, this is going to be a powdery snow. So wherever it does accumulate on the road, if you start driving on it, it's going to pack it down to a sheet of ice. And so it's going to get slick pretty quick as people continue to drive on that snow just because of how dry it's going to be. The purple region is actually where we're dealing with potentially 8 to 12 inches of snow. So we still have that 8 to 12 inch range across the area. It just looks like it's going to be more confined to a handful of counties in our east, back towards Canadian, back towards Shamrock. I wouldn't be shocked if Wellington gets 8, 9 inches of snow as well. You guys should fall well within that 8 to 12 inch range. And there's going to be some pockets in here where maybe there's a better band that tries to set up extending down the Highway 60 corridor. You can see Amarillo at 6.7, 6.3 in Hereford. So a good snow event, certainly not the biggest in the world, but it's definitely going to be a sizable one. I mean, you can come up here and look back over here into parts of Missouri, Arkansas. I mean, we're getting into 2 to 2.5 foot territory. I mean, it's going to absolutely bury some of those people out there. Fortunately, we ain't got to worry about that or don't have to worry about that. So here's our snowfall forecast. Tucumcari, if you live out there, you're tuned in from there. It's about 5 to 8 inches expected, probably on the lower side of that. About 5, 5.5 is expected for you. Dumas and Perryton, kind of the same situation, expecting about 5 to 6 inches of snow accumulation there and more in Ochiltree County. The highest snow amounts are going to be back here in the East Panhandle from Canadian to Pampa, south towards Clarendon and Turkey, and then extending towards Childress. Now, the thing about Childress and Cottle County, there's going to be a very sharp gradient where you go from all snow to sleet and snow, or sleet and some freezing rain and snow. And when you start getting into that sleet and that freezing rain, that's really going to bring down the snow amounts very quickly. So you may only drive 15, 20 miles or go 10 miles north of town. There could be a foot of snow on the ground because the warm nose is below freezing. You go 10 miles the other direction, it may be 2 inches of sleet on the ground rather than any snowfall. So there's just something to think about down there. You guys may have a little bit more of an ice issue, which will eat into some of those snow amounts down there, but you still are expected to see some snow. We've got you right around the 8 inch benchmark there in Childress, and then a little bit further south towards Paducah, probably around 4 or 5 inches of snow can be expected down there. But a big swath in purple, which generally puts us in that 5 to 8 inch range. Here is our 7-day tracker, just something to think about. The temperatures are going to be down into the single digits on Saturday morning. We'll have wind chills down into the negative teens. We may not see the wind chills get above 0 again until we get to Sunday afternoon, and those highs are back up into the lower 20s. And those wind chills maybe get up to about 5 degrees or so. But it's going to be another cold Monday. It's going to be another very cold Tuesday. Again, this is anticipating we have 6 to 10 inches of snow on the ground. If the low side pans out, and we kind of get the moisture to miss us, we only get 3 inches of snowfall. Some of these numbers might come up a little bit on Monday and Tuesday, but current forecast staying below freezing until we get into Tuesday afternoon. That's all I've got for you guys this afternoon. Thank you so much for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll have another update later tonight around 9 o'clock. So if anything